Alright, everybody out there on YouTube, I got a video for today which I'm kind of excited for, and I'm sure any of you guys that are still using your Droid X2 are quite excited for. This is going to be an install on how to install CM10 Alpha 3. Dragon Killer just released this a couple days ago, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it. So let's get into it. First, what we got to do, guys, is go into settings and just make sure you've met all the prerequisites of installing this. So you want to make sure that you're on Android version 2.3.4, whether you restore an Android backup or you SBF your device back to this, that's what you want to be on. You want to make sure you have plenty of battery life like I have up here. Full battery charge is always a good thing to have when you're installing something. You want to go in here and make sure that you have root access super user right here, and I do have it. And then last but not least, you want to install system recovery, which is right here, and you want to make sure that it is installed. So you'd hit the install button, it granted super user permission, and it's installed. Alright, come on. Okay, then you're going to take your charger, your plug here, and this is going to be plugged into a wall charger, and then you're going to plug it into your device, and you have that. So we're plugged in, and then we're going to hit recovery mode. And now what's going to happen is this is going to reboot your phone, and because you're plugged into your wall charger, there's a hack in there that allows Clockwork Mod Recovery to boot up. Now that was Bootstrap Recovery that I just used, that application, and if you're on stock Android or Verizon system, you want to be using the normal Bootstrap Recovery. If you were running like AOKP or something like that to flash this, or CM9, CM7, you want to go ahead and use the patched Bootstrap Recovery. So since we're running stock, we're going to use the normal Bootstrap Recovery. So we've gone ahead and we've got the we got into Clockwork Mod Recovery here. So we're going to go down, and you can do this two ways. You can do your wipes first or last. I'll do them last. So we're going to go to install zip from SD card, scrolling with the volume buttons, and then we're going to push our power button on top, and then we're going to say choose zip from SD card, again power button. I'm going to scroll down to where I have put the files that you download. Again, go ahead and download those before you do any of this process. Make sure they're on your SD card and you know where they're at on your SD card. I will be giving you guys links down below in video description as always. So we'll do that. But I put it under CM10 in my CM10 file, so I'm going to select it. And then the latest build is CM10 2013 January 13th unofficial. So we're just going to select it, scroll down to where it says yes, install, and then select that again with the power button, and go ahead and let this package install. This probably is going to take like 2 or 3 minutes to install, so I'll probably pause here and come back to it when it's done installing. Okay, so installation is complete. So we're going to use our volume buttons and scroll down to go back at the bottom there, select that. We're actually going to go to install zip from SD card again, select it, choose zip from SD card, select, again go back to CM10 where I have installed my Google applications or GGApps. So the latest GGApps are from 2012, 10, 11, and I'm going to select those are for Jelly Bean, and I'm going to select them and then go down to yes, install these, and select them. So again, we're just going to let this process go through. This should be a little bit quicker than flashing the ROM. Shouldn't take too long here. Alright, so our Google applications have now flashed, and they're on there. So again, we're going to go back, select with the volume button or the power button, and then we're going to go down here to wipe data factory reset. Now, just so you guys know, by wiping data and factory reset, you will lose all your applications, all your passwords, anything that is on your system right now will be gone. So just be prepared for that. You can reinstall things and redo passwords, but you're gonna have to redo it all. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Hit yes. Also a good idea to make a backup, an Android backup, before you even start this process. It's very simple. I'll maybe go over that really quick at the end here. So then we're gonna go to wipe cache partition, select it, and then go to yes, wipe cache, and select that. Again, easy. So then I go down to advanced, select, down one, wipe Delvic cache, select it, go to yes, wipe. That was very fast. Go back. So if you want to do an Android backup, you can go down here to backup and restore. This would be something you do before flashing all these things. Just hit it and then go to external SD card if you have one. That's where I like storing all my Androids, and hit that. And then you just hit right here, the top one is backup, and hit it. And it'll make a backup for you. You can always restore that if something goes wrong in your flash. So we're back to our main screen here, and we're going to just reboot system now. We've installed CM10, we've installed the G-gaps, we've wiped data, cache, and Delvic. So we're just going to reboot by hitting the power button. I'm actually going to unplug my charger now, and we're going to hit reboot system now. Alright, let's let this thing boot up. I'm going to show you guys the boot animation on it, and we'll check that out, and then we'll let it boot up. I'm going to go through some settings on my own, and then I'll show you guys the ROM. Okay, so here is the CyanogenMod 10 boot animation. Also, while this is booting up, make sure you give it at least 10 minutes to boot up to make sure nothing's going on with it. It could take that long. It's not a big deal. Just be very patient on it. So I'm going to pause, let this thing boot up, and I'll show it to you when it's done. Alright, so as you can see, we have now booted up the system. So we're going to go into this. Now it says activate your device. I just haven't, it's not activated, that's why this comes up. It shouldn't if you have an activated device. We're just going to say skip it. Not a big deal. This is for setting up your Wi-Fi stuff. We're just going to skip through all this. And not now. Next. Okay. Finish setup. There we go. So we just skipped through all that. Let me show you guys your system here. So this is your basic look right there. You do have some toggles up here on the top, which are quite nice. And let's go into settings. About phone. Right here you are on Jelly Bean, which is Android version 4.1.2. So that's pretty sweet. It is CyanogenMod 10. You can see right there your build, and you're good on that. Let's check the rest of our settings through here. We do have some advanced settings here. There we go. HDMI audio using speakers for audio output. You got some different hardware acceleration settings. These are some stuff he's been working on. Dragon Killer, that is. You do have your themes, as always. You can get themes from the market and install those. And your system settings, your status bar, and all your normal CyanogenMod tweaks. Let's see what we got for launcher here. This is Trebuchet Launcher 0.2, so it looks like to me. So that is the launcher that comes stock with it. Again, you can change that anytime you want very easily. I'm going to go ahead and go into my internet and see if I can get a good signal on this. I know some of you guys were having issues with the 2.9999999 build. That Wi-Fi wasn't working, so let me get my password in here and we'll check this one. Alright, so this should be connecting. It's authenticating and Wi-Fi says it's connected. Let's go ahead and go into email, or I should say internet here, and see what we get. Google, it looks like something's loading up. My CyanogenMod stats, I don't want that on there. And there is Google right there, so we'll just do a search. Actually, it's a website, but we'll pull it up anyway. And there we go. Looks like internet is all functioning quite normally and fine using this CM10. There's my website. So yeah, you guys are good to go for the Wi-Fi working on this, so that shouldn't be an issue. It doesn't look like the browser is crashing or having any other issues with it either. So that's always a nice little thing to have. Back to Google. So it looks like we're good there. Let's check out your app drawer. We have Apollo launcher here, file manager right there. It's pretty nice. Your App Store, Google or Play Store, whatever. DSP manager, super user, and terminal. The rest of that's pretty much your standard applications. Not too bad. Very basic applications in here. You obviously don't even have Gmail, which I would definitely download. I use that all the time. But there you go, guys. It does seem to be pretty smooth and fluent. I do like it. I'm gonna go ahead and check out our widgets up here, see what we have. Yeah, pretty much your standard stuff. Looks pretty nice. But there you go, guys. That is how to install CM10 Alpha 3 by Dragon Killer, or Dragon Z Killer, however you want to say it. Go ahead, I will put links, again said, down in the video description. As always, if you like my videos, please hit the like button down below, subscribe below my finger, check out my new webpage right here, which is rootjunkie.com, or you can follow me at Twitter, Facebook down below, however you prefer. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you guys next time.